Hello, back again after a while. Just going to talk about some stuff I've been listening to lately on this glorious sunny day. So I was going to start off with a CD actually. It's a compilation that came out about 15 years ago now, and it is called The Lovers Rock Story. And for my money, this is the best compilation of Lovers Rock you will ever have, because it is the music on the original Lovers Rock label, which is all recorded in Brockley, not too far away from where I live, and it's got sensational stuff. Brown Sugar, obviously the big group that I think a lot of people know of now, lots of Denis Bovel, but great stuff on here. And it's a really good compilation, which I do recommend. It's only on the CD, unfortunately, but it does have brilliant sleeve notes, which really goes into detail and tells you a lot of the history of the label and the fact that they didn't actually have that many releases because disaster struck when the studios were flooded and a lot of the original master tapes and their equipment was destroyed, and they never really came back to it. Yeah, great. I mean, also the fact that a lot of what they were doing was very basic. The equipment they had was really basic, which you can tell on some of the records, but it has a really classic sound as a result. There's loads of Lovers Rock compilations that you'll find, and most of them aren't very good. This is the real deal, so worth checking out. And continuing with that, because on my last video I was talking about Welsh reggae, continuing in the Lovers Rock theme, let's move for some Irish reggae, because one of the early queens of Lovers Rock, if you like, was actually originally from Ireland, and her name was T.T. Ross, and this is an album she did on the Lovers Rock label. You can't really see much there, but there's the emblematic logo. T.T. Ross Showcase Volume 1. This one got some amazing stuff on here. Lovely disco cover of More. Walk Through This World, I think, is the other big one, and even just like very saccharine sweet, but I don't know, what's the one? No charge. Yeah, it's quite an amusing one. A kind of passive aggressive love letter from a mother to her children, kind of sending them on a guilt trip. It's really great stuff, and perhaps unusual to have a lady from Ireland singing her. This is a later album she did where she re-recorded many of her hits, going full Pat Butcher on the cover there, and not so good, this one. The production on this is very low key, but that's part of its strength, whereas here it's gone a bit sort of glam and 80s, and yeah, it's not quite got that rawness on the other ones, but she's always worth checking out. Tons of 7 inches as well, which got again on the Lovers Rock label, and House of Eve is again related to Dennis Harris, who was the owner of Lovers Rock. This is a nice one actually, Love Vibration and Peebles Song. Yeah, so she's an artist not to everybody's taste because it's very sweet and sickly, but she's one of those sort of early Lovers Rock artists, and she's got some interesting stuff, I think, so worth checking out. Also, lately I have been listening to a lot of instrumental soul albums, and I think there's a couple I've probably showed before, the Soulful Strings, and there's Lionel Hampton. Now these are nice. They're sort of instrumental dance versions of the era when they recorded. I mean, Soulful Strings obviously very famous because that's with Richard Evans and Charles Stepney doing the arrangements and organising things. But the only problem with them, these albums tend to have one or two great songs and lots of so-so songs. A lot of cover versions, which can be good, but not always great. Not totally great. But I've come across one that has been re-released recently, and it is absolutely fantastic all the way through. And I've been listening to this back to back for the best part of the last month or so. This is the Gregory James edition, Prophets of Soul, and it's been re-released here as part of the Demon Music re-releasing everything, which they've done recently. And this one is definitely worth checking out. Originally, I think on Brunswick, was it? or Dakar, one of those Chicago labels. This is really, really great stuff. Now, there is a nice version of Ain't No Sunshine and Love and Happiness, the Al Green song, but almost, and they're quite different to the original songs. They've taken the original songs and done something completely different with it, because there's lots of interesting organ and keyboard things going on, synthesizers, sort of early synthesizers, and some great guitar stuff on here as well. There's also quite a good version of Shaft, theme from Shaft. But the ones I really like here, the opening song, which I think is an original song, Brother Marcus. I'm not sure if that's an original or not, but yeah, there's some really interesting stuff. Definitely worth checking out this album. All instrumental, but yeah, very atmospheric, really great, and more than just your typical sort of cashing in instrumental soul dancey album of the era. This is something much, much more. So definitely worth a listen. How are we doing for time? No, time. Here's one I've been listening to a bit as well. Not a great album, John Bird, Your Thing and My Thing, but it does have, it's one of those great one-track albums. The song, A Woman is the Makings of a Man, soul classic all the way through. Beautiful production, absolutely lovely, and I think you can probably get this fairly inexpensively. The rest of the album doesn't really seem to have made much of an impression on me, but that one track was why I got it originally. Is absolutely brilliant on 20th Century Records. Lovely. And just to finish up, I couldn't go without mentioning the passing of Johnny Pacheco, the legendary Fania All-Stars frontman. There's a nice early Pacheco, Pacheco y su charanga, by popular demand. That one's aged quite a lot, I would say. It's quite an old sounding record now, but it's got a lot going for it. Though personally, I think I prefer this one, which features Pacheco, Las Tres Flautas. The group is Javier y su charanga, and it's got Johnny Pacheco, Jose Fajardo, and Pupi Legarreta, who are like the three big flute players in Latin music, and they got them all together. This is an album on Fania, I think. Fania Records from 1980. In the late 70s, there was a bit of a revival in this charanga style, which I have a lot of, which is a very stripped down Latin sound, which doesn't really involve such a big brass section, but it's flutes and percussion and rhythm and maybe some violins or something like that. And this is lovely, lovely album, and it's a real sort of purist's take on Latin music. And Pacheco is there. I don't think he's not like the main guy on here. Yeah, I mean, he's sort of with the others on all of them. But yeah, an amazing character, Johnny Pacheco, and not just for the music that he did, but you know, for managing to organise the Fania All Stars is quite a feat. And actually, I was reminded when he died that there's a great video, and it's on a film on YouTube. It's a bit slow at the beginning, but once it gets going, it's great. About the concert in 1976, was it, for Muhammad Ali, the Rumble in the Jungle. They did this big concert in Zaire, and there were all sorts of problems before, but the concert went ahead. And James Brown was the headline act, and there were many others, and including the Fania All-Stars who were there. And they make lots of appearances throughout this movie of them sort of going around Zaire, meeting people, and then there's some great performances with the Fania All-Stars and Celia Cruz. Worth checking out. There's some other nice performances as well. Miriam Makeba's on it, James Brown, obviously. Oh, my mind's gone blank. I can't remember, but it's worth checking out. Like I said, it's a bit slow to get off the ground, but as a documentary goes, it's pretty interesting. It's like an accompanying piece to When We Were Kings, the other documentary they made of the actual fight. That's the documentary that goes with the concert. But yeah, worth checking out. Anyway, that's enough of me talking. Till next time.